Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of Off the Cuff with Cliff. I'm here with my co-host Sheba. Say hello, Sheba.
Hi, guys.
Sheba's been AWOL for a while, but we decided we're going to do a video today. So what are you doing today, Sheba?
I actually have a fundraiser tonight.
Okay, and what are you doing?
Infinite Love for Kids Fighting Cancer is a foundation based out of Middletown, New Jersey, that supports pediatric cancer research. And tonight they're having a pocketbook bingo fundraiser.
Nice. Good cause. Good cause.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun night.
Yeah, you're involved in a lot of different charities as well as I am, right?
Yeah. I was kind of raised that way to, always be, embellished in your community and give back and have things come full circle. So, I'm very passionate about animals, so I give to a lot of animal shelters.
Sure.
And I always liked volunteering my time.
Could we go off the cuff for a second because you brought up animals?
Yeah.
Do you ever see those commercials where they got those animals that haven't eaten in like a year and they're saying, send us $19.95 and you'll save this dog?
Yes.
Do you think that's a scam?
I do think it's a scam.
Right. And so sometimes things like that making donations to certain things. What's the right word?
They tug on your heartstrings.
They tug on your heartstrings. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yes.
Thank you. But yeah, so you have all of that type of stuff. So $19.99 and you can do this or feed this poor kid
and
here.
$1.99 goes to the animal.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And
right.
And that was the other thing too, right? Look at all these big donation companies that make millions and millions
Correct.
of dollars. It's like, so I was involved after Sandy with a project, and we'll stay off the cuff for a second. The Red Cross, and this is not to bash the Red Cross, but the Red Cross, every time there is a event, they're raising money. So they say, send $10, $15, text this. Do you know that's just going into a general fund? So when they say, so after Sandy, because we were devastated after Sandy, they said, help the people with Sandy and donate $10. Well, that money isn't going to the people in Sandy. That's going into a pot that they're going to use someplace else.
Right.
A little bit misleading. And then you find out that the CEO or president makes all these millions of dollars, right?
Flying around in a jet.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, these poor little local communities, and I don't say poor that way, but I mean, these little local communities that are grassroots are the ones that need the most help.
That really need it.
And they're volunteers, right? And they all have a cause. So that's a nice thing that you're doing tonight. So I heard these like really, really strange statistics that people that donate. So I make donations and I'm involved in a lot of charities because I get self-fulfillment. It's not about the cause. It's not about an ego. It's nothing like that. It's just about, you want to help people that that you can resonate with, right?
Yeah. There was, I think I was telling you that I was reading a few things and it said something like, when you donate your time or donate your goods, that has an average increase in your endorphins.
Wait, what are endorphins?
Endorphins are the hormones that your brain releases.
Oh, I thought it was an animal.
that make you happy.
Okay.
So it's a natural high.
Okay.
So when you donate anything, whether it be time or goods, it's something like a 67 to 76% raise in your endorphins for up to 5 hours.
Wow.
So it's similar to an effect of a really hard workout. Because when we work out, our endorphins are raised. Okay. So that feel good, right? That endorphin boost can last for hours.
Wow. I didn't know that, but it definitely makes sense because I know sometimes when I go to some charitable events, you feel good when you go there.
Exactly.
And then of course when you get there, they have gift baskets and they have tickets and they have a 50-50 and they have so you think that price that you pay to get in is where you're at, but you probably double that by the time you leave there.
Yeah, and
you feel good about it.
But you feel good about it. Like tonight when I go to this event, Andrea Gorsinger, she's the president of the foundation. It's a nonprofit, and she is going to do a whole segment about children and families who've gone through pediatric cancer.
Sure. Some
of these children have not made it, and I've warned some of my friends who are coming. Bring a box of tissues. It really is. And Andrea doesn't do it to tug on your heartstrings. It's because this is really what they do. And this foundation, I know her personally, every single penny goes to the cause.
Okay.
No one that runs Infinite Love takes a salary. They're all volunteers.
Well, it's grassroots, right?
It's grassroots.
It's grassroots.
Yeah.
And so the grassroots do it for that reason.
When you watch that segment and you're going to see the energy in the room tonight, I guarantee people are going to be buying extra sheets of
Sure.
bingo cards
Sure.
and basket cards because
Sure.
why not? You're there and you're already part of such a good cause. And what a better way to spend your money. I mean, I know in my head, I go, what's another $40? I'm going to blow that on a lunch. So I'd rather give it to this cause.
Well, you're a cheap lunch if you're only paying $40.
Well, I don't drink, so I am
Okay,
a cheap date.
cheap date. So can we go off the cuff for a second?
Sure.
What do you think about pumpkin?
Pumpkin.
Pumpkin in food. What do you think about pumpkin?
I mean, honestly, I'm a little tired of the pumpkin this time of year.
You know what? I was in the supermarket the other day, and would you believe I saw pumpkin Oreos?
Yeah, they're in my house right now.
Pumpkin Oreos?
Yes.
Okay. Go further down the line, and we're on this pumpkin kick. I found pumpkin Cheerios.
Okay, so my husband's obsessed with pumpkin O's that Trader Joe's sells.
Okay.
And he always goes the late September when they come out. And I kid you not, it's so embarrassing. He comes home with like 15 boxes. And I can't stand them. And then they last for like 9 months. And we have pumpkin O's in the house.
Everything is pumpkin now. Everything is pumpkin.
Everything's pumpkin.
We went to an Italian market on Sunday last week to go shopping, and they have pumpkin raviolis. I mean, pumpkin raviolis
I've
in an
had
Italian.
pumpkin ravioli.
Oh my gosh,
It's actually really good.
Is it really?
Yes, and I'm not a pumpkin person, but pumpkin ravioli is actually really good.
So every place you go now is pumpkin. You know, pumpkin latte.
I know, everything's pumpkin.
Everything's pumpkin. Unbelievable. But anyway.
I have a little sign in my house, and it says pumpkin spice this.
Okay. So pumpkin spice. What's the difference between pumpkin and pumpkin spice?
I don't know. I think maybe one adds cinnamon or nutmeg.
And that's it.
Maybe.
And they market
I could be wrong.
So you could have Cheerios with pumpkin spice. Wow. And then, Oreo cookies, right? Oreo cookies, like you say, pumpkin.
Pumpkin Cheerios does not sound edible to me. But
no, I can't see taking oats, and I think it's made from oats.
Yes.
Or it used to be made from oats.
Yes.
I don't know what's made from today. But and then adding pumpkin to it. So, I mean, I like pumpkin pie. My daughter makes a great pumpkin pie. She puts a lot of cinnamon and nutmeg. I think it's the cinnamon and nutmeg that I'm more into. But pumpkins is one of those things that always has the same flavor. Like it's not like a ripe fruit, right? So it's not like an apple where it changes as it's getting older, and it could be sweeter and stuff like that.
It just always tastes like pumpkin.
Okay, so maybe we should do a pumpkin donation drive or something for charity. Anyway, back on topic. So charities, and I've been involved in a lot of charities and going to the meetings and coming up with things, but sometimes I think charities are just in existence for themselves, right? So, you have coat drives every year. You have these toy drives, right?
Yeah.
And toy drives, and don't take me wrong, there are people that need stuff, but some of these toy drives, I mean, they're off the charts now. Like years ago, a toy drive was, you buy a $5 or $10 or $15 gift and you bought them. Now they're bicycles, they're iPads, they're like Xboxes. I mean, come on. What's
my
what's
kids don't have an Xbox, but I'm supposed to donate
an Xbox, right? And that's my point, right? So, like now this time of year, there's all these coat drives, right? So I heard a story. I'm going to go off the cuff with you again for donations. A friend of mine told me a story.
Okay.
And in this story, somebody made a donation for rags. And when they opened up the bag of rags, it was some 84-year-old man's tighty whities. But the bag was labeled rags. What do you think?
I don't even know what to say.
So they have the clothing drives, right? And after Sandy, I was very, very involved in a big project. And we took care of 120,000 people, no help from the Red Cross or government or anything. And what was happening is people who were affected by Sandy were making all these donations. But a lot of them was, instead of doing laundry, they dropped it off. I mean, it's like, and then you got to go through it and stuff like that. But,
and sometimes people put stuff in donations that should not be donated.
Correct. And what about these donation boxes, right? So you go to all these different shopping centers, and you've got all of these donation boxes.
Yeah.
And there's one on Route 35 in one of the shopping centers. I don't remember which one it is. And we went there, and they had a mattress on the side, but that mattress was so urine stained. Throw it in the garbage already. Who's going to take it? I mean, so they use it instead of taking it to trash.
They use it as a dump. The other thing is, I will tell you, if you actually have clothing that's usable and nice, don't ever drop it in the bins because it actually gets ripped up for rags.
Okay.
So that's actually a great place to bring clothing that is stained and really not usable and
Tidy
wearable.
whities.
Tidy whities. That's a perfect place for the tidy whities. That it is. But there are so many great organizations to actually donate clothing to.
Right.
I am a firm believer in taking a little time to find charitable organizations that are grassroots, that the donations are going to be in hands of recipients, within days or weeks, that they're not sitting in a store collecting dust, or they're not, they're going to sell it and then just fill the bank account of the organization.
Right.
And there are a lot out there. There's a lot of wonderful organizations in your own communities that you can support. And it's nice to be a part of something that is going to come full circle, and that you played a part in that, whether it be your time or your stuff.
Yeah. And I think you just made a very, very good comment, and that is give back to your community, right?
Yes.
So to your point, you put them in these boxes, donation boxes. You don't know where it goes, and I didn't know because I know I've given clothing in these boxes. I didn't know that they turned them into rags. So, and then you've got these other companies out there like, and I'm going to say it, Goodwill is not a donation place, right?
No.
They take it and they make money out of it. That's a
Correct.
business.
Correct.
But the name Goodwill, and I remember tractor trailers after Sandy or whatever hurricanes come through on the Jersey Shore. All of a sudden, you got these trucks lined up at Goodwill, and I get it; they're selling it cheap and all that other stuff. But at the end, that's not really making a donation.
No.
You're giving to a business.
Correct. There are a lot of thrift stores locally. I can speak for Monmouth County that, like Calico Cat or the VNA stores, where you give to these thrift stores, they sell it, and all of the proceeds from the stores, for example, Calico Cat, all the proceeds go to the Monmouth County Food Bank.
Okay.
So, those types of places are great, because now the money is being taken and now it's going back to your community.
Right. But going full circle back to what we mentioned earlier, you've got these other charities where the CEOs, presidents are making these astronomical amount of monies.
Yes.
And when and it's sad because you'll see it every now and then come up, and it comes up on social media. So it's got to be true, right? It came on social media. But, you take a look at these salaries and how much of that donation you're making actually goes to the cause is a little bit disheartening.
They break it down by the dollar, and they say like 9 cents of your dollar.
Correct.
Like, that's very disheartening, and it turns a lot of people off to donating. But people need to be aware that there are a lot of really worthy and wonderful causes and organizations that you can donate to.
And this is not about dissing donations or stuff like that, but I think, just highlighting. So you going to this cancer event tonight, is there a story behind why this organization takes care of children?
Andrea's daughter, Natalie, was diagnosed with leukemia at the age of 2. She might even been a little younger. She is a cancer survivor. She just celebrated her 16th birthday.
Wow.
Natalie's grown up into a beautiful young woman. And Andrea and her husband, Dan actually is the owner of Gorsinger Hardwood Floors.
Okay.
So
normally we get paid for advertising, but in this case, it's a good cause.
We won't. They're good friends of mine, and they're great people. So
sorry, what was the name of the company again?
Gorsinger Hardwood Floors.
Okay, where are they located?
They're located out of Homedale, but they
that's Homedale, New Jersey. For those of you that are watching this someplace out in Asia.
So yes, Natalie is a cancer survivor, and once Natalie got through her treatments and was in remission, Andrea gave up a very lucrative job and dedicated her entire life to this foundation.
Wow.
She does not take a salary. None of her volunteers do. And they have raised, I think to date, don't quote me, and I'm sorry, Andrea, if I get this wrong, but easily over $1 million to pediatric cancer.
Now that sounds like a place that you would want to make donations.
Absolutely.
And spend some time.
Absolutely.
Because there are some charities also, they just ask for your time, right?
Correct.
So they just need people to come because they can't afford to pay people, which is fine. They're 501c3s or nonprofits. And sometimes just donating your time to go to a place and whether they're doing a mailing or something, help them stuff envelopes or something. To your point earlier, you feel good about it. So what's that big word that I can't pronounce? You said an endocraft or something?
Oh, endorphins.
Endorphins. Okay, so I learned a new word today, endorphins. So I mean that's definitely something that if people feel good, and to your point, I do feel good when I make donations and I contribute to good causes.
Right.
So let's go off the cuff again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What do you think about Oreo cookies? Since we mentioned it with the pumpkin before.
I like the chocolate Oreos. The chocolate in the Oreo.
So you like the chocolate stuffed Oreos?
Correct.
Okay. So I'm going to show my age now. When I was younger, there were two types of cookies like that. One was made by Sunshine. They were called Hydrox, and the other was made by Nabisco, which was the Oreo. Right. One was sweeter. One was the other. And basically, you got this cookie, and you got this glass of milk, and you dip the cookie in, and it brings back a lot of memories.
Yes.
Do you know how many varieties of Oreo cookies there are now?
Oof. Chocolate, mint, double stuff, triple stuff, I think. Regular, pumpkin. I'm counting 6.
You're not even close. Look it up on Wikipedia. There's 82 varieties.
What?
82. And I don't know if that includes pumpkin. This is the first time I saw pumpkin. But there's 82 different varieties of Oreo cookies. They've got the minis, they got the large, they got the double stuff, the triple stuff. They got the ones that got the vanilla and the chocolate on the same one. And now, so here, I'm going to give this tip to Nabisco or whoever owns them now. I don't know who owns Oreo anymore. I don't know if Nabisco even exists because all these companies combined. But here, make a peanut butter and jelly Oreo. They do have a peanut butter version. But if you get a peanut butter and jelly, think about that. Think about that
one.
Do you like grilled cheese? Let's stay off the cuff for a second. Okay. So do you like tomato soup?
Yes.
Okay. So is that a combination that most people you think resonate when
I think so.
In cold weather, grilled cheese and
yeah.
that? So I was at a restaurant the other day, and in their tomato soup was grilled cheese croutons.
Oh.
What they did is they made a grilled cheese, and I'll tell you, that it was golden brown, and they cut them in little squares, and they put them in the soup. I'll tell you, it was the most incredible thing. And I was really like, how smart was that? Why didn't I think of that?
So you're taking me to lunch there?
Yeah. I'll make sure they have the special tomato soup with. But I thought it was just such a fantastic idea. But we need to wrap it up. And today is a good day to be out there. And I know you're going to the event tonight. Hopefully I can get this video done, and maybe you could even share it with those people.
Sure.
And I'm going to go a little bit self-serving, because we are talking about donations, and we don't usually like to promote things and stuff like that. But I'm going to throw you a bone.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. So Sheba, if you've watched our other shows, and you know that Sheba is not just a co-host of mine. She actually owns a company called Short Simplicity. And Short Simplicity does decluttering, helps people organize things, help people downsize. And the one thing that's unique about her company, and I think is really a driving force, and she doesn't share this stuff. And you know what? I'm going to smack her in the head right now, because I think she should be telling people what they do. When people downsize, and instead of taking their furniture or whatever they don't want and throwing it in the dumpster or something like that, Sheba, what does your company do?
We donate.
You donate.
We donate.
So what exactly does that mean?
Well, we're partnered with over 28 charitable organizations, all 501c3s. And I mean, we're connected with social workers in the counties. We give furniture to families who've suffered floods and fires. We give clothing. We give housewares. We support Middletown EMS. The stories just warm your heart time and time again.
So I had seen on one of your Facebook reels or posts or something, how many pounds did you donate that one month?
I don't remember I know last year we donated something like 57 truckloads, but already this year we've surpassed 80. Unbelievable,
right? So here's where you can take something if you're moving, you're downsizing or something, go work with a company that's going to take your stuff and not just throw it in a dumpster, but they're going to put it with an organization that people can reuse that stuff, right? It's not that water stained mattress that's hanging on the side of a donation thing, right? But anyway, I have to make it short, Sheba, because I have to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
So again, it's been a pleasure. And the name of her company is Short Simplicity. It's going to be on the bottom of this. It's going to be in the description. If you happen to live in Monmouth or Ocean County, please look up Sheba. And this is not a self-serving. We were here to talk about donations, but I want to give Sheba credit for what she does for the community, because nobody really knows what she does with that stuff. But at the end of the day, you can downsize, and things that you don't want, is going to go to a good cause.
Yep.
Okay?
Declutter, donate, and make a difference.
Whoa, I love it. Let's make a tagline. What was that tagline again?
Declutter, donate, and make a difference.
I'm going to put that on the bottom of this. Sheba, As always, it's a pleasure. Thanks for co-hosting today, and good luck at tonight's event.
Thanks, Cliff.
Good to see you.